Uncle Charlie in the building on Sensation Station Network, SSNATL.com, simulcasting on 247praiseradio.com. My friend and author, I met him recently at study at the Gospel Music Workshop of America. They had a indie artist rock lounge, and he was there, and he approached me. He's from Florida originally. King Kevin Dorival is, of course, an inspirational, has an inspirational autobiography, and he's got a book entitled 7 Types of Queens, King's Desire. And so we mentioned about the spiritual side and how women would love for a man to be a praying man. Well, men love a praying woman, okay? So we love for that spiritual side from a woman as well. Yes, we would love for you to cook. You don't have to cook every day, all right? But at least make sure we got some healthy meals coming through the household. You know what I mean?
We'll get to that.
Right, yeah, because cooking nowadays, it seems to be obsolete when it comes to marriages and families as a whole. Because my thing is, why don't we cook anymore? When we were growing up as kids, our mothers and fathers made sure we had full course meals throughout the week, all right? But nowadays, this new generations, I'm not cooking. I'm just not cooking. Okay, you may have a situation where you don't have to cook, right? May not have any kids. But then what about those that do have kids? You gotta cook for those kids to make sure they have healthy foods and healthy vitamins going through their body. But why don't women cook nowadays? What have you find in writing your book why the women don't desire to cook, even though they want to be the queen that they say they are?
Definitely.
Why do you feel that they don't have the desire to cook for their man? What is it going on here?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's not completely the women's fault.
Okay.
They don't have a man to cook for. Men aren't really being men anymore. You know, so they don't have that motivation, inspiration to cook. You know, and the whole cooking thing is a very spiritual component of a family. You know, just like you, me growing up, you know, my mom, I'm Haitian, born in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Like she used to cook, and we would sit down at the table together, and we all pray, fellowship, talk, and eat together. And that's something that is very important. It keeps a family together. You know, a family that prays together stays together.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and today, being that everyone's so busy, you know, you got work, you have life, you know, children, relationships, your career. It's like trying to find that time is difficult, but you have to strategize. You know, I've heard of a woman that told me, she read my book, she told me what she does is she prepares her food a day or two before, and then so when she gets home, everything's already seasoned, and she goes straight to cooking, right?
Yeah.
You know, so that'll work. And in a relationship, I don't think a woman should have to cook every day.
Right.
Or man, that's just ridiculous. Come on, we don't have time for that.
Right, and it's all about, as you say, preparation.
There's a will, there's a way.
Yeah,
make it happen.
Preparation. Prepare your meals for your families where you can come together and have that fellowship and commune with each other. Because even nowadays, you don't find families coming together and eating as a family, and that's not good, man.
Not good at all. Everyone takes something, whether it's drive-through or grab their food from the refrigerator, go in the room or living room, and just heat it up.
You was raised in a family where we all sat around and cooked.
I'm from the '90s, man. You know, I'm the last of a dying breed. So I hope to inspire our queens to give back, not just to the kitchen, but to give back and those core family values that we're missing today.
So we talked about spiritual side of a queen, the cooking side of a queen, the beauty of a queen.
Yes.
Man, that's something that we don't talk much of when we talk about our queens, how beautiful they are, even without the makeup. Okay. Even though I have no problem with you doing makeup, okay, which it enhances you. All right, it's an enhancement piece. But you're beautiful without it, and you need to know that you have that beauty within. So the beauty actually comes from the inside out. Would you agree?
Go. Amen. Yeah, you're eternal beauty.
Yeah. You got to be confident who you are.
Amen.
Why do we find, though, that a lot of our queens don't have the confidence level as they should?
I mean, it's the media. They project, the weave and the nails and all the makeup. That's the only way you're going to be beautiful. The makeup business is like,
it's crazy.
Multi-billion-dollar business a year.
It is.
So as long as they continue pushing that within the media and all these celebrities who are rocking all these fancy hairs and makeup and everything, they're not going to see the importance of being the natural them. I don't mind women wearing weave. Right. Just don't wear weave 365 days a year. Let me pull on your hair a little bit sometimes.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I do mind you wearing a weave. I don't care enough about no weave at all. I'm from the old school. I'm like you. Back in the moment.
I like this one song. Me too. You and my daddy used to sing this. If you ever need a friend, trying to go with you. Oh, to the end, yeah. Try Jesus. Oh, try Jesus. Oh, yes, he's the one. Yes, he is. He's the one. Uncle want to help me say, if anybody ever need a friend, God Almighty, want to go with you. Whoa, to the end. To the end. Try Jesus. So you gotta do today. Try Jesus. Yeah, hey, hey, hey. He's the one. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah. He's the one. He's the one. And your father too. That ain't all. Oh, he'll do for you too. Try Jesus. Jesus. Oh yeah. Put it all in his hands. Try Jesus. Yeah, hey, hey. He's the one. Yes, he is. I know. He's the one. One more thing, y'all. It took 2 fish, the Bible said, and 5 loaves of bread, and a multitude of people. A multitude. Oh, he fed. Yes, he did, yeah. You ought to try Jesus. Jesus. He'll help you through the storm. Just try Jesus. Try Jesus. Oh, he's the one. I know he is. I know he's the one. Yes, he is. He's the one. Jesus. Jesus. He's the one. He's the one. He's the one. Jesus, 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 Jesus. He's the one. Yes, he is. My Lord. He may not come when you want, but he's always on time. Yes, he is. He's the one. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah. He's the one.
Station Network. Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me. Whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I do the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
Well, back, everybody, on the Sensation Station Network, SSNATL.com, simulcasting on 247praiseradio.com. And, of course, we're streaming live on the network as well. Talking to our guest this hour. He's an author. I like the way you call yourself, man. King Kevin Dorival.
You saying it good?
Dorival.
Correct.
You know why I like the fact that you consider yourself as a king, because you gotta speak it into existence.
Amen.
You know,
I have a revelation of who I am, the Son of the Most High God.
Absolutely.
Amen.
And people need to understand that. And you got to understand, ladies, as well, that you are queens. That you are queens. Recognize and acknowledge the fact that you are a queen. Let's talk about we got a phone call. Let's go to the phone caller right quick. Good morning, and tell us your name and your question. Go right ahead.
Yes, my name is Amari, calling in from Pompano Beach, Florida, for my brother, King Kevin Dorival. I purchased your book, and what inspires you to write about the eagle challenging the male?
That's a good question. He's talking about the Eagles test.
Okay.
That wrote my book. And thanks for calling in, Brother Omar. King Omar, what's happening?
All is well, my brother. Keep doing great things, man.
Hey, man, thanks for your support. I truly, truly appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yes, he's mentioned the Eagles test. Now, the female eagle, what she does is when she sees a male eagle that's interested in her, what she does is she picks up a stick, right? And she goes in the air of about 50 feet, and she drops it. And his job is to catch that stick before it hits the ground. If he catches it, then she gives him another chance by getting a bigger stick and flying up even higher, maybe 75, 100 feet. And then she drops it. He has to follow her. When it falls, he has to catch it before it's the ground again. This time, the third time, she gets maybe a small log. Now, she picks up this log. She goes in the air, maybe 150, 200 feet in the air, and drops it this time again, and he has to follow her and catch it. Now, what she's doing is she's making sure that he's dependable, he's consistent, and has the endurance.
Oh, wow. I love that.
So...
Say that again. He's what now? He's
to make sure he's dependable. He's consistent. He has strength and endurance. Right, because she's choosing to mate for life. Eagles mate for life.
Yes.
They stay together. They build multiple nests, and they build their home together.
Oh my God.
Right, and that's one thing that we're lacking today. We don't have enough women challenging the men. So if our queens aren't challenging the men, then the men will have nothing to really stand up for.
But you know what I find, though, in our kings is sometimes we have that resistance where we don't want to be taught or helped along the way. Why do we have that resistance? Well, but a lot of times it's because of our upbringing.
Right. 100%.
Yeah, well, a lot of times we don't feel like, we should allow a woman to tell us what to do or tell us how to do this. When really our queen knows a whole lot more about a situation than the king does.
Oh, definitely.
Or very more, I would say, have that great intuition about things.
Amen.
And we don't listen to our queens.
Well, like you said, it's the upbringing. You know, we brought up in a home where all our lives we have to listen to our mom because our fathers aren't there. So the balance isn't there. You know, it's an unequal balance. So we have a abundance of feminine energy in the home, and which is why you have guys walking around with their pants sagging. Because, you know, most women, they like to show off their booty. And so guys pick up that tendency because we emulate our environment. And so now, as grown men, I've been listening to my mom all my life. What I'm going to listen to you for?
Yeah.
You know, so that's why we have that resistance. But I also wanted to mention, regarding that Eagles test, I was speaking at a church in Lithonia called More Than a Conference Church at a teen conference. So shout out to Pastor May and everybody there. Yeah. Thanks for the support. And I did the Eagles test, but I used the sticks that I found, you know, outside, and I threw it in the air, and I said something funny. I was like, if I throw this stick in the air and it turns into an eagle, are you guys gonna run? Everybody started laughing, fell out their chairs.
But you was a musician, magician.
I know, right?
Wow, this is wonderful. So talk about that eagle's nest again. You got to make sure you're what was those?
Dependable. You have endurance. Consistency as well.
Yeah.
And strength.
Correct. Man. Those are those qualities that we need in our kings.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because the queens look for that. You got to be dependable.
Right.
You got to be around for the kids. You got to be around for the chores at the house. You got to be around for the big decisions you got to make in life. You know.
Amen.
And because we don't have the king there, it's everything is put on the queen, and so therefore it's harder now for you to even have that type of relationship with the queen because you're never there.
Yeah, the guys are too soft these days. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Like,
The guys are
way too soft, way too soft. And as a matter of fact, the follow-up to this book, 7 Types of Kings, Queen's Desire, like, I had to be real gentle with this book because the target audience was mainly women, even though this is meant for men as well.
Right.
So men can understand what to be looking for.
Right.
But in the counterpart of this book, I'm very tough with it. I'm punching guys in the gut.
Yeah.
I'm challenging the men. Stand up. Let's do it. So I'm excited when this one comes out
In other
next
words,
year.
get a back. Get your back. Get your back. Get you some back.
Get some
back.
spine, yeah.
Bone in your back. Okay.
In the midst of. Now look, to all my church folk, what I want you to do is I want you to play this real loud in your car. Make them think you listening to some secular stuff. Know you really feel like praising. Why come? Jesus is so amazing. Responsible for great things. Jesus is so amazing. Guess what? Working hard, trying to get money. So much drama always around me. I'm going up, so how could you down me? I wanna be free. Check to check, payday to payday. Praying every day to find me a new way. Struggle gon' come, but faithful I will stay. Cause I believe. What you gon' do? I'ma try a little bit harder too. Focus on pleasing you. And try to make a change before I leave. Sounds good. So I'ma be a lot more faithful too. What you want me to do. And prove to your Lord that I believe. Know you really feel like praising. Yeah, I know you feel like Jesus is so amazing. Hey, if you love him, y'all. Responsible for great things. How many of y'all know he's responsible for great things? Jesus is so amazing. If you know he's responsible for great things, say this. Where you at? I love you, Lord. Say that. I love you, Lord. I love you. If you know he's responsible, say okay. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Hey, this is what I know y'all feel like. I know you really feel like praising. Yeah. Why come? Jesus is so amazing. He's responsible for great things. More than a conqueror. Jesus is so amazing. Tell him a little bit more, Will. Ups and downs, that's my life story. Turn to the streets, but that wasn't for me. All that I need is your grace and mercy, and I will succeed. But what do you do when the world's on your shoulders and you feel like falling? Father, I'm calling. I'ma try a little bit harder too. Focus on pleasing you and try to make a change before I leave. So I'ma be a lot more faithful too. What you want me to do and prove to your Lord that I believe. Tell him, y'all. I love you, Lord. If you love him, better tell him, say. I love you, Lord. That's if you love him, then you tell him that. I love you, Lord. Hey. I love you, Lord. That's if you love him, then you tell him that. I love you, Lord. That's if you love him, then you tell him that. I love you, Lord. If you love him, then you tell him that. I love you, Lord.
Isn't it amazing that those of us who follow him sometimes are the last one to know who he is? You've been leaning on your expertise, and it seems not to make you better, but you start to get worse. There ought to be some higher name that you ought to be able to call on. Don't call on the name of your pastor, Freddie Clark. You gotta have you some in the name of Jesus. The blood of Jesus be upon you.
We're back, everybody, on the Sensation Station Network, SSNATL.com. Simulcasting on 247praiseradio.com. King Kevin Dorival is here. Of course, he's got a book out entitled 7 Types of Queens, King's Desire. But he also has another book out called a documentary. It's called Courage to Believe, Never Give Up. Courage to Believe, Never Give Up. Let's talk about this book, man. You do some serious writing, man, so I take it that you love to write.
I love to write. When I was in the 4th grade, my mom bought me my first typewriter. And so I was just playing around, and I've always been creative, so I've been writing since elementary.
Yeah. So do you have any other family members that write as well?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. He said not that I know of. So let's talk about courage to believe. Why is it that we need the courage nowadays to believe, first of all, in ourselves?
I mean, the ability to be able to believe in yourself is very important. Brother Honorable Marcus Garvey, which is his Marcus Garvey Celebration Day, is next Saturday, 18th. I'm speaking at somewhere in Atlanta. So you got to go to my website, kevindorival.com, give more information. And he once said a very important quote. One that does not believe in themselves, one with no confidence, is twice defeated.
Yeah.
One with confidence, you've already won before you even started. That's vitally important, because he was saying that, my interpretation of that is, if you have confidence, you're going to win in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm. But if you don't, you're going to lose in both.
That's right.
Because everything that happens in our real life, in the physical realm, happens in the spiritual realm first. That's a very key, that's why it's so important to pray and have a good relationship with God.
I like that scripture where it says, faith without works is dead.
It's dead, right.
So, of course, if you don't have any faith, how do you expect for things to move forward for you? You got to believe, first of all.
Got to believe.
Another scripture says, lean not unto thine own understanding, but trust in him.
Amen.
Yeah, you got to know that who you are.
Amen.
No, and then know whose you are.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, you got to have the courage to step forward. Then, I like the fact that you mentioned how you gotta have the confidence within yourself, because if it's not there, there's nothing gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Got to move forward and know it. And why? But okay, King Arthur, King Kevin. Why do we give up though? Why do we give up?
I mean, society. As a black community, the system is built to hold us down, to oppress us. It's been like that since day one.
Yeah.
And so they understand our greatness. That's why in The Courage to Believe and also Seven Types of Queens, I emphasize many different queens and many different civilizations around the world, but not that I emphasize, I talk about, but I have an emphasis on African kings and queens in the book, way before the slave trade.
Yeah.
Now, confidence is everything, even your confidence in God and your God-given abilities. If you believe in yourself, then you're not going to allow the negativity to oppress your creativity, your dreams, your passion.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wrote this book, because there was a time when I wrote, Courage to Believe, there was a time where I didn't believe in myself, As a matter of fact, my 5th grade teacher, is a true story in here, I try to make it quick as possible. When I was in the 5th grade, I had a very big speech impediment problem, meaning I had stuttered a lot, and I was always handsome. I just wasn't confident.
He said I was always happy. That was a given.
And Mrs. White and I did a stage play, and I think one of the ladies, Mrs. Valencia, how you doing? She was in the play. So what we did was we created a play to imitate my 5th grade year, and I never had honor roll before. Never had honor roll. And one day we had a test, and I was studying so hard, and she taught me not to have excuses, because sometimes we didn't have any lights on. Our lights were off, or our water were off. It was never consistent. My mom was a single mother trying to raise 5 kids by herself, which is very tough. But, Queen Rosette Pierre, miss your mom. Yeah. Now, there's a test I was taking, a geography test, where you had to know all the capitals and the states. Now, I've never had honor roll. Remember I told you that. Never had honor roll, so I went, I did the test, and then she was like, most everyone did good. We had a couple of C's, a lot of B's, and a few A's, but only one person got 100%. So I'm looking around like, which one of them got 100%,
Right.
And
so you didn't think it was you, though? You didn't think it was
no
you?
idea. So she started crying. She said, Kevin Dorival, please stand up.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. So we did that in the stage play. And so when I was writing the book, a friend of mine, I was telling the story, I can't find the teacher. She was like, if you could find her, the press would love that story. Because we had a stage play.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's on my website. We did a stage play. And she said, if you can find that teacher, send a press release to the media. They will hop all over this. So Sun Sentinel, which is the biggest newspaper down there in Florida, they got wind of the story, and they titled it 20 years later, student tells teacher thank you.
Wow.
And so it made me popular overnight.
The courage to believe, never give up, man. You got to hang in there, man. I don't care how dark it may look or how dark it may seem. You got to have the courage to believe that it's going to turn out for your good. Because the scripture says, all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Garland Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's Rhodell with the ATL. Drop it!
We're back, everybody, on the Sensation Station Network, SSNATL.com, simulcasting on 247praiseradio.com. And, of course, my man down at 247praiseradio.com. We've got another network that simulcasts with us out of Baton Rouge.
Oh, I love to visit
And
Louisiana.
this guy's the owner of the network. He says he's been posting your link to his website.
Oh, man, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
That's a great thing, all right? And, yeah, make sure you, and send everybody to his website, KevinDorival.com. That's Kevin Dorival, DORIVAL.com, KevinDorival.com. Send them to the website. And tell everybody how they can get your product, too, as well.
Yes, you can get my product from my website, as you mentioned, and I will autograph it for you. But use the PayPal route. There's going to be an option of PayPal, Amazon. I don't like my books on Amazon, but the PayPal comes straight to me. And I'll autograph it for you as soon as possible, or actually, as soon as you make the order, I send them out. I usually send out books every 2-3 days. Ever since I came to, as a matter of fact, I've been sending so many books since I got here to Atlanta, PayPal froze my account.
Oh, wow.
They was like, I was making too much money all of a sudden. So they had to verify my identity.
What's going on? That's amazing.
But God placed me here, I'm in the right place.
So you know that, see?
So I'm just thankful.
Send them one more time to the website.
Yes, website is www.kevin, Kevin, Dorival, Dorival.com, or follow me on Instagram. My link is in my Instagram at Courage to Believe. That's number 2. Courage, number 2, Believe. And many blessings, and it will be a blessing to support me and do a lot of speaking engagements. I'm here on the ground. I came to Atlanta to win, and just been a blessing ever since.
And how can they follow you on social media?
All my social media is at Courage to Believe, COURAGE, number 2, Believe, BELIEVE, or my other website, 7queens7kings.com. That's number 7. And I follow me, I follow back, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, he's all over the place. Just moved here from to the ATL from Atlanta. I'm sorry, from Florida. What part of Florida was it?
Fort Lauderdale.
My hometown, baby.
Hometown, baby.
My hometown. Fort Lauderdale. How long were you there in Fort Lauderdale, though?
Oh, man, most of my life. Okay. I was born and raised in Pompano, but I spent most of my life in Fort Lauderdale.
You were born and raised in Pompano?
Pompano Beach, Florida.
All right, I'm gonna hit you with something.
Go ahead.
Have you ever heard of a group out of Pompano called the Tompkinaires?
Tompkinaires. No, I can't say
I think that might have been a little bit before your time.
Probably.
When I left. I moved here in '84.
Okay.
So they were very big back in the 70s and the 80s.
Okay, I was born in 1980.
Oh yeah. It's a little bit before your time. Okay.
But I still listen to old school now. Huh? I still listen to the old school. Nancy Wilson, Sarah Vaughan, Louis Armstrong. You know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what inspires you to write then? What actually inspires you to write?
I've always been creative. You know, I just always thinking, thinking out the box. You know, me and my brothers and sisters, like we always came up with different games when we were small, and you know, we tell a lot of wild stories. But I just
so you're not musically inclined at all?
I used to do a lot of writing. As a matter of fact, I still got a couple of songs that I won't even show you unless you sign a contract. Okay. Confidentiality, because these songs are creative. So one of these days, I'll meet the right artist and I'll be like, you know what, I think the song worked for you.
Yeah.
But I used to do a lot of writing, a lot of poetry. I started writing poetry when someone either stole or I misplaced my poetry book. But so that I just lost the spirit to do that. But I've been writing. I've written actually 3 books, only published 2. Working on my 4th one. Written a couple of stage plays.
And now the next book you said coming out is going to be about the men.
Right, 7 Types of Kings, Queens Desire. So a lot of women ask me about this book. Who do you think you are? Why are you writing this book? What about the men? But they didn't know the principle behind writing the 7 Queens. Everything starts with the women.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
And so the feminine energy is so important. You know, and white America, you can say corporate America, they understand that. You know, they understand the powers of the black queens.
Right.
And so instead of misdirecting that energy, this book is going to help them understand how important they were in society then and how much more we need them now. Because if the women not right, the men would never be right.
We love you, queens. We love you.
Oh, trust me.
Back in the...
trouble. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye, dear. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye, dear. You ain't welcome here. Hey, so long.
Yeah, man, yeah. Jonathan Nelson on the Sensation Station Network, SSNATL.com, simulcasting on 247praiseradio.com. King Kevin Dorival is in the building, man. He's an author, inspirational autobiography as well. He has a book entitled The Courage to Believe. Make sure you get that on his website at kevindorival.com. And, of course, 7 queens, 7 types of queens, that is. King's Desire. What type of queen are you, huh? That's a good question, isn't it? What type of queen are you? There are 7 types of queens, King's Desire. Now, it's a good read as well. Go out and get his product. One more time, tell everybody how they can find your product online, your website, the whole nine.
Listen, I am not hard to find. You can easily find me at kevindorival.com. That's www.kevindorival. If you, to get me for bookings and speaking engagements, or to even find out more information about me, just go to the website. My email is info@kevindorival.com. You can call me at 954-372-6336. That's 954-372-6336. And yes, I'm getting booked every weekend for different events, you know. So I'm excited. I wish I'd have moved here 10 years ago.
I was gonna say, man,
I would have been balling, man.
I was gonna say, man, you hit Atlanta running, man.
Running, man.
I'm talking about for real.
And I didn't even talk about my book tour last year. I was in London for like 2 weeks for the book tour, and so when I went to London, I couldn't stay in Florida because they showed me so much love in London. I mean, it's a huge black population.
Okay.
Not only did I sell a lot of books there, but I made a lot of powerful connections, spiritually.
Yeah.
And so when I got back home to Florida, my spirit would not let me rest.
Wow.
You know, so I was like, I gotta move. So either New York or Atlanta, and Atlanta, showed me love, so I came here. I'm glad I came.
And so you even got some other events today. You want to talk about where you got to be today?
Oh, yes. I have a few events I'm going to be at today. One is the virtual, virtual Black Wall Street Business Mixer. That's going to be in Atlanta. And also I have a radio show tomorrow, the bastardization of the African-American males and black community worldwide. I'm doing a live YouTube video on that one. I'm doing another YouTube live and also Facebook live with Queen Mayat up there in Detroit. That was going to be called The Mysteries of Sex. So she wants to talk about sexual energy on that. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And another one with Angelica King on Wednesday. And then next Saturday, we got the Marcus Garvey event on the 18th. So hey, I'm booked, So yeah, hey, get me while the prices are low.
Okay.
So, let your pastors, the community leaders, teachers. I love working with the community. I didn't mention the Black on Black Crime Solutions panel that we do every year.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that later on this year in Atlanta.
Great.
Hopefully.
Well, you can always come back and talk about that as well.
I would love to. This will be our 5th year doing it.
One more time, how they can get just your product. Let's do that one more
Go
time.
to my website, www.kevindorival.com, Kevin Dorival. Get me on Instagram. It has my link. My Instagram, my Twitter, Google+, everything is at Courage to Believe. Courage, number 2, Believe. So follow me, I follow back. And yes, I'm not too hard to find. And my documentary is coming out as well. It's also entitled Courage to Believe, Never Give Up. So you guys will like that documentary. We interviewed several people that came from nothing to something. Even Brother Willie Gary, if you're familiar with Willie Gary.
Not familiar.
He's one of the wealthiest black attorneys in the world, actually. He has like 10 Bentleys, 2 private jets.
Wow.
And so the film is to just explain that you're going to go through some things in life, but it's a matter of persevering and getting back up. So go to my website. You can pre-order it or order it now. Actually, they're ready to go. We just got to package it and send it out. So, yeah, I'm ready.
King Kevin Dorival.
Amen.
Author, man, and continued success, man.
Please do.
Because
please do.
You hit the ground running in Atlanta, man. I'm proud of you. And that's why I tell people all the time. That's why I moved to Atlanta, for the successful piece, and it's been wonderful for me as well. So
you smart.
I can attest to what you're experiencing.
Amen.
Exactly what
you feel it.
What you're going through, bro. And anytime you need us, man, the mic is here for you.
Man, it's been a blessing. And I also want to mention as well, shout out to SSNATL for allowing me, Brother Rhodell Lewis. Since I met you, I love your energy.
Yeah.
And thanks for giving me this opportunity, And any community leaders out there, my nonprofit is a 501c3. We would love to host the Black on Black Crime Solutions panel here in Atlanta. And
it's going to happen.
And also our chess program. We have a chess program for the youth.
Sounds good.
So check it out.
All right, look forward to seeing you next time, all right? Thank you.
Come on, say help us call on him.